Welcome.
Welcome. We've been waiting for your presence, sir. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to meet properly due to current circumstances. So, let's get down to business immediately. It's that time of year again, where everything goes up in the air. Chaos bursting out, causing havoc in our communities, but more importantly, in your pocket. I believe that the project we've been working on for the last couple of months is ready to minimize the damage. The project has been running perfectly for the past year. We had a slow start, but the people are starting to believe. It's just a matter of time before we take over.
Sir, we have a problem.
I'm in the middle of a very important meeting. What could be so important?
There's a disruption in channels. It's leading to a different source.
Change the channel sources immediately. This is classified information.
But you have to remember that he didn't even touch the ball for some of these, which is just incredible and is therefore the real GOAT. However, his consistency comes down to one thing: muscle memory. Something not many people take into consideration when thinking of improving. The fact that your body should be able to go into autopilot mode and still be able to get the job done. To not only be able to enjoy the game but also prevent suffering from fatigue. But even more importantly, leading you to
microtransactions.
That's when different methods of playing come in. So here's the plan. FC24 consists of 3 pillars. These are the 3 biggest and most important modes that shape the game we love: Ultimate Team, Career Mode, and Pro Clubs, which I like to call the Triangle. Something you probably don't know is that these 3 game modes have a very strong connection together. You might have an idea, so let me broaden that idea for you. I have a challenge for each of these game modes. For Career Mode, we'll finish a season on Ultimate difficulty. For Pro Clubs, I'll try to make new friends. Or maybe just play for a Man of the Match award. And lastly, for Ultimate Team, we have to promote up a division. All of this will make sense in just a few minutes, so let's not waste any more time and get into it. So starting with Career Mode, we went with our boy Unai and his team, Aston Villa. You know, my gut tells me there's no way Unai is Spanish.
The Americans will pay.
Anyways, we started by choosing our vision, bought a bunch of stuff to fill whatever this is, and then went through the objectives, where we'll focus on this objective, which is reaching a Champions League spot in the league. So after some preparations, and a friendly tournament, how do I change? How do I change the manager? We started our first Premier League game with a blast. I also started doing some business with other clubs, filling in or replacing weak spots. Continuing our next few games, we just kept on a winning streak. And although the games were difficult, it made it so much more satisfying to win. Thanks to my incredible mastermind, we moved up the position on the table, until we reached our first real obstacle. No, of course not. It was when we came up against City. However, for all those career modes they battered me and wiped me with the floor, I've never felt more ready to take on my revenge. And like always, after losing my first game, it's tradition to lose the next one. After those slip-ups, we continued our winning ways, until we reached the winter transfer period. This is when I decided to get a new striker, someone who could replace Ollie Watkins and bring me the goals I needed. Someone who also has proved he's capable of doing so. So I bought Timo Werner. I think. Not sure why he's wearing the wrong kit.
I play Fortnite.
Very promising. Interestingly enough, this was indeed the missing piece. We were almost dominating the league, even when we came up against Man City again. Unfortunately not. But other than that, we were cruising.
Good evening.
Until we finally reached the game that would have cemented our place in top 4. which was against Liverpool. This was a weird game. Everything about it was actually weird. Because I started the game trailing. Although I wasn't too worried about it, the worrying started to lurk when I started realizing that, first of all, I was making almost no chances. And when I got a chance, it usually was either saved by the keeper or I don't even know. Luckily, just before the end of the game, Alvarez saved us. The game ended in a draw, which was enough. So the last two games didn't really matter, but to just showcase something. So this is the table before the two games, and this is the table after the two games. This is probably the most realistic part I've seen of FC. Moving on to pro clubs. What was the objective again? Oh yeah, earn a man of the match. This was pretty easy. All you gotta do is play as an NPC, and that's actually about it. And especially after playing career mode, this was extra easy, if I can say that. As an 80 rated player, I was playing like Prime Zizou. Which got both me and my teammate a 10 out of 10. So I wasn't too sure if this counted as a man of the match, but because I was the one standing in the middle, I counted it because I also was very keen to continue to Ultimate Team, So to quickly go through my preparations, I started the game, did some SBCs, built my team, also got some loan players, which I discarded eventually, I don't know. I also went to do some squad battles to level up my season progression. Then opened those packs, got some good players, and here we are. For the first game, I wasn't surprised. Just 5 minutes in, and I already got behind. However, I immediately bounced back, the way I always do in Ultimate Team, with an incredible goal pen. A nice, trusty pen. After that, I was getting a bit ahead of myself and started skilling a few goes back to the Shadow Realm. I'm sorry, but those are just side effects of scoring a pen. Until my muscle memory kicked in and I started going.
Perfect.
My opponent had a corner in which he equalized the game, unfortunately. However, I wasn't too worried because after the first half, we continued where we left off. And I don't mean by scoring from open play. We made crazy moves to get into the perfect position with the most effective play to get a pen. Yeah, the red card was a nice touch. And from there was no way of stopping us. In the second game, we started poorly again. This time, we got a pen against us. Well, it happens to the best. But I still wasn't worried. Because even though he scored, there was no... Did he just pause?
Yes, he indeed did pause. In FIFA or FC, there are multiple ways you can disrespect your opponents. This can be done by doing some particular celebrations after scoring. Naming just two are the dance and spin celebration, or the most famous one, the griddy. However, there are also other ways you can disrespect your opponent outside the pitch by directly messaging them, a bit weird if I say so myself, or for this instance pausing the game directly after scoring, implying to quit the game. You see, this last one in particular is a tricky one because sometimes the community sets a golden goal bro code. This usually occurs when people need to grind for an objective in friendlies. It's also possible that by chance you pause the game right after scoring, maybe to sprint to the door for delivery or substituting a player. In this case, the player decided to pause the game immediately after scoring a pen and continues the game after just a few seconds, which proves that he is a rat. He scored a pen, by the way. Let me repeat myself. He scored a goddamn pen. This is also the reason for the rage that follows.
Baba Bowie. Baba Bowie.
We are nearing the end of this challenge, with literally just one game left. Or two in case I lose, but anyways, as expected, we got behind. Again. While normally it only takes me a few seconds to respond back, it took me this time fairly a bit. Eventually, my muscle memory kicked in again, and I was taking over the wheel. I knew it was time I had to step up my game. All the games I've played before have brought me to where I am now. With everything coming together.
Sir, the disruption is back again.
They are trying to unmask us, force it back, and lock the channels.
The patience needed and financial knowledge in career mode.
We are losing control.
This can't be happening! Do something, you idiots!
Manual movement and personal key decisions in pro clubs.
I'm trying.
The improvements that have been stored in the Purkinje cells of the cerebellum, all acting as muscle memory.
Stop it and keep their attention on the game!
Why you should subscribe to Kellop if you
That's
haven't
not
yet.
what I meant!
Pushing me to become a better Ultimate Team player, pushing me to become a better man. Who doesn't punish his children for making a mistake, rather prevents them from ever existing on this planet.
What is happening? What is the damage?
There looks to be some decrease in our community members, but it looks to correct itself back to such a speed. I think this will break our all-time high.
Good. So, I think they fell for it.